Okay, so here in front of us you can see we've got a Drysuit, which can be a really great tool for effecting any type of water rescue, be it in the winter or any shoulder seasons, because we lose so much more heat with direct contact with water that I would probably even put a Drysuit on if it was a spring or a fall, maybe even in the summer water rescue, depending on the temperature of the water and the temperature of the air. But we're dressing for the temperature of the water is what we're thinking about when we're putting on a Drysuit. This material, it's either Gore-Tex or some kind of Gore-Tex-like fabric that is waterproof. But the big thing is that there is zero thermal effect of this suit. So you have to make sure that your base layers underneath the suit are what's providing all of the warmth. So you can see this kit, we've got a nice pair of thick socks. We've got a onesie that can be put on. And that'll be really good, especially in the winter when we're dealing with a really cold water environment. Otherwise, the rest of the time it is best to still, even in the summer, you never want to be skinned directly to the suit. It's best to have some type of a base layer, either wool, synthetic, even if it's light for the summertime. Just obviously a few delicate things on these suits. They are called Drysuits, but they are never perfectly dry. They're all even brand new, nearly dry suits, unfortunately. They do leak a little bit. These ones have the socks that are made of the same material as the rest of the suit. Anywhere where there's black, there's extra reinforcement in the high wear and tear areas, on the butt, on the knees, and on the socks as well. We want to make sure that when we're thinking about where we're getting dressed, obviously even if we're rushed, we want to do our best to avoid standing on gravel sticks if we have the presence of mind. Even if we're just standing on the gear bag itself, that can help eliminate some of the sharps. And then working up the way of the suit, the wrist gaskets and the neck gasket are made out of latex. And these can be quite uncomfortable when we're wearing them, especially if it's not our own personal suit that we've kind of stretched to fit out us. But they are really effective at keeping water out. And we just want to make sure that as we're putting them on, we don't have any rings or any watches that can get in the way and tear those as we're putting them on. So what I'll do now is I'll actually start to don the suit. I always want to make sure, really important, that the zipper is pulled all the way to the stopper here. Even if you're 3-4 inches in, that can really affect your ability to get the zipper over your shoulders. So for now, I'm just gonna get into my station gear. But if I were going out today into the water, I'd be putting on all of the thermal underlayer that's in front of me here. A real quick one that I find really good, I like to tuck my pants into my socks to reduce any exposed skin. I've got a nice area here that's flat without sharps. Stepping into the suit one leg at a time. I like to pull the feet so that I don't have any bunching, just so it's a bit more comfortable. I'm gonna bring the suit up to my waist. You can cinch these down a little bit. Now when I'm pulling the suit over top, I've got no watches or rings on. I'm gonna go arm, arm, followed by head. And I find it's easier to go right arm, sliding through the gasket, followed by the left arm, sliding through the gasket. Gonna grab the gasket here with my hands. It's a boy. Here's the top. And I just want to make sure that the gaskets are dressed nicely. There's no rolls in the gaskets, no bunching. I don't have my shirt stuck in the gaskets. If you can reach yourself, you can pull the zipper down. Usually you have to pull up, put some tension on the zipper, or you can get our co-rescuer to come and help you do up the suit. These T-Zip brand zippers have a tendency to not want to pull all the way to the end. So it's really crucial that you're doing your buddy check or doing a good job of checking yourself, pulling a T-zip right to the end, both on the main donning and doffing zipper, but also on the relief zipper down here as well. Once I have the suit on, I can put the booties on. you'll notice I have a lot of air in my suit right now. I kind of look like the Michelin Man. One way to get around that is you can pull the neck gasket, even crack the relief zipper there a little bit, get into squat position. You can purge air out of the suit, and then while I'm down in this squatted position, that's when I like to let go of the neck gasket, do it up, stand up, and now you can see the suit is kind of vacuum sealed to me a little bit. There's actually a bit of a fine balance there. I actually don't mind having a little bit of air in my suit, just a little bit, because it can actually give you a little bit more flotation in the water. Of course, then you can put on your PFD. But from a suit perspective here, we want to make sure that we've got our cuffs pulled down over the boots and do up the neoprene protective cuffs. And after I've donned my helmet, my PFD, and the rest of the rescue gear, I'm more or less ready to go.